As we mentioned earlier in this newscast, some health officials are focusing on plasma as a possible treatment for coronavirus.
We are joined now by Erin Fanchois from LifeSouth to get a better idea about this donation process. Thank you so much for being with us tonight.
No, thank you guys so much for having me.
For someone who has never donated plasma, describe the process.
So the only thing different about a plasma donation is we connect you to one of our apheresis machines, which is basically a machine that separates just the component of blood that we want, and it puts back everything out. So if we're taking just a plasma only donation, we give the donor back their red blood cells and their platelets and everything else that we don't need. So it takes a little bit longer just because we're circulating everything out, but at the end of the day, that plasma really is so important to saving lives and treating patients who need it.
Eric, you've been collecting plasma from volunteers now for a couple of weeks. What's been the response so far?
So we've seen a really great outcome from our communities across all 3 states that we serve. We serve Alabama, Georgia, and Florida. And, we've had a lot of interest from recovered patients, and we've been setting them up to get them tested for antibodies. And if they do have those antibodies that are present, we are setting them up to come into one of our donor centers and donate that plasma.
Describe who qualifies to be a plasma donor.
So for the convalescent plasma, we are looking for those patients that have had a positive test result and are now symptom-free. So we just want to use that as a kind of a baseline for us to be able to see if they would be a good candidate. We are still holding true to all of our other eligibility requirements that include travel risk, other health-related risks. All of those same things still apply even with convalescent plasma donors, but we just want to make sure that we're providing the safest product available to the hospitals and the patients that they serve.
How's the blood supply generally, and how do people go about donating now during this coronavirus crisis?
Yeah, so we are, kind of in a downtick. We are entering the summertime, which is always a difficult time for us because a lot of our regular donors are going to begin traveling again. A lot of our businesses may not be hosting drives, and we lost out on a lot of our high school blood drives that we typically do around this time of year. So we're definitely going to need our community and donors to continue to come out and support us as soon as they're eligible. We are going to need, especially type O blood donors and platelet donors as we kind of enter this difficult time. And if you're part of a business or an organization that's interested in hosting a blood drive, we definitely need you guys to reach out to help us out and partner with us to save lives here in North Alabama.
Yeah.
Eric, how are you protecting people from coronavirus exposure while they donate plasma?
So we've put in a ton of kind of robust procedures to help mitigate the spread of the virus. We are limiting the amount of donors that we are allowing on our buses at any given time. So right now, only 3 donors are allowed on each of our blood mobiles at a time. And that helps us ensure social distancing. We have begun taking temperatures before donors enter our donor centers and our blood mobiles. We are wiping down and disinfecting our, donor chairs in between each donor. So we're taking as many steps as possible to make sure that we are not only, creating a safe environment for our donors, but again, maintaining the blood supply and making sure that it's safe.
Erin Fanchois, thank you for joining us from LifeSouth.
All right, thank you guys so much.